Greetings, everyone. Let me begin my speech by asking you people a question. Can you recall the last time you felt really bored and did something like processing random thoughts in your mind, or maybe just reading a book? The answer might be a no, right? Because today we live in a world where boredom has almost disappeared. Any empty moment, say standing in a line, waiting for a reply, or lying in bed, is instantly filled by a screen, and most often by short videos. Reels, TikTok, shorts, whatever we call them, have quietly become the default way many of us spend our time. But most people don't open these apps intending to lose an hour, right? They open them for a minute, and yet a minute stretches into longer stretches of time that seem to vanish without leaving much behind. In fact, anything behind. You might probably think that this could be due to a lack of ambition or maybe even due to failure of discipline. But what if I told you it's all designed? To understand why scrolling feels irresistible, we first need to know how our brain works. Our brain is deeply visual. Vision is our dominant sense, and it evolved to respond quickly to movement, novelty, and contrast, things which once helped us survive. Short videos exploit these details perfectly. Each clip is optimized to grab your attention immediately. Expressive faces, bright visuals, sudden sound changes, and fast cuts. All of these speak directly to the brain's oldest system, bypassing rational thoughts. But wait, visuals alone aren't enough. What truly keeps us scrolling is novelty. Each swipe brings uncertainty. You never know what's coming next, and that uncertainty is quite powerful. Neuroscience shows that dopamine, the chemical often associated with pleasure, is more about anticipation than enjoyment. So your brain releases dopamine not when you are rewarded, but when you might be rewarded. That means the swipe itself becomes the trigger, not the video, the possibility of the next one. Well, at first, this feels exciting. But have you ever wondered why you're not able to get out of this trap once you start? Because the brain adapts quickly. What once felt simulating soon becomes normal. In order to get the same effect, we need more time, more content, and more simulation. That's why scrolling sessions tend to grow longer, never shorter. And unlike older forms of entertainment, reels practically have no ending point. A TV episode finishes, a movie forces closure, even a book's chapter ends. But reels, they create a loop, an endless loop. What seems to be fun, exciting, cool, and harmless has its own consequences, especially for attention and memory. Reels are consumed passively and rapidly. They don't require deep processing, reflection, or effort. As a result, the brain doesn't store them as meaningful memories. Reels also mess with your sense of time, right? Each video is tiny, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, so your brain automatically thinks that it is just a matter of few seconds. But a few seconds multiplied of 50 times, 100 times, isn't a few seconds anymore. It becomes your entire evening. Also, research increasingly links excessive short-form content consumption with reduced attention span, emotional volatility, and mental fatigue. I bet that all of us have been this person. I bet that all of us have been this person in our lives. We scroll to relax, but then we finish feeling more drained. And because the relief never truly arrives, we go back again. So what do we do? How do we break this habit? Don't worry, I've got you. Number one, make it like an old newspaper. Your brain loves bright colors. It triggers dopamine. Just like a kid gets attracted to a shiny toy, your eyes get glued to the screen. So go to display settings and turn on grayscale. When your phone screen becomes like an old newspaper, your brain loses interest. Number two, use technology to help you. Apps like Minimalist Phone create a delay before you can open social media. They ask questions like, why are you opening this and how much time will you spend on this? Some even require you to take a deep breath before you can open them. Log out of social media every single time and set an annoying password to all accounts. This intentional tiny friction will help you snap out of autopilot. Number three, replace, don't remove. When you remove scrolling, your brain's definitely going to feel empty. So replace it with something tiny but pleasant, like listening to music, going out for a walk, or speaking to someone else. Because keeping our mind still is very important. And in a world constantly trying to pull our attention out, pulling it back when necessary can be one of the most powerful skills that we can develop. Thank you.